CrossFit Relentless athletes, welcome to another Be Relentless vlog. I hope everybody enjoyed Kroga or CrossFit Yoga last night. Remember, it's every Thursday now at 7:30 p.m. It goes in complements and specifically programmed as a 45-minute yoga flow to help you in recovery from the workout that was already done within the week. So we're very excited to have that offered. Again, I hope you guys all had a wonderful time. Let's jump into programming. We're essentially going to be working on handstand push-ups and then going to work on side planks, right? Side planks for the last 30 seconds of every minute. The first 30 seconds, we're going to be working on handstand push-ups. For those of you that have handstand push-ups, you need to practice starting to tuck your knees early on the descent so your cycle rate can increase. And believe it or not, if you do it correctly and the timing is right, it actually goes ahead and essentially dampens the amount of pressure that's put in your neck when you bring your head back to the mat. For those of you that are still working on handstand push-ups or working on the negative, that's exactly what we're going to look in, but we're going to be working on making sure that our head falls directly into the center of the ab mat when the ab mat is up against the wall to make sure we aren't too far away from our tripod pose or we're too shallow and too close to the wall. So work on that. That's what you need to be intentional. The other one, guys, the really WOD is going to be teams of 2, 7,000 meters, alternate every 500. Really what I want you guys to think about is this should be somewhere between probably like a 80 to 90% effort, but thinking of technicalities, right? The technique of the rowing stroke being the priority, right? So I'm okay with being 80% and taking a little longer getting it done. I know it says for time, but making sure that the stroke is correct, right? The main thing I want everybody to focus on for tomorrow is going to be when we're all the way at the catch, right? So that means, so we're at forward, we drive out, we're in our finish, and then when we're at the finishing position, the handles are at our chest, that we work on hands moving out first. As soon as the arm's about to come to full extension, then we lean forward through the shoulders, and as soon as the shoulders break that vertical plane of the hips, then we go ahead and allow our knees to bend as we come forward into the catch. So that's my intention for you guys to think about how is that return on the rowing stroke. And if we can get the return correct, then usually that sets us up for a very strong or a mechanically advantaged position for the pull, right? Going from the catch to finish. Guys, that is what I would go on you guys to think about for the programming. Other than that, mobility, stability, guys, warm up your midline. We're gonna go ahead wanting to make sure that the hammies are warm and long to make sure they aren't pulling the low back, and of course making sure the upper back is strong as well. That's everything for programming. Mobility stability tip. As a reminder, guys, Amy and I are going to be out for the week. We're going to be out on vacation. It's our 10-year wedding anniversary, so we're out. We're just enjoying some time alone with each other. Coach Ariel, right? She's our employee now. This last week has been her first week kind of getting into somewhat of a regular schedule. Go ahead, give her a high five next week. She's going to be taking all the hours that I usually go ahead and coach and be involved, and that ends up being a little over than 40, and that's 40 hours of just coaching, which it's a lot, right? It's because you have to, that's 40 hours of consistently being on. It's not just data processing, it's having to be a people person, but also having the critical part of your mind thinking about how to cue individuals, how to fix mechanical, physiological, neurological issues with athletes on the floor. So go and give her a high five, encourage her, right? It's gonna be awesome. She's gonna do great. And if anything, that, guys, which means that there will be a hiatus on the Be Relentless vlogs while I'm gone. So just remember, keep with what our mission and our vision statement is, right? Our vision statement is freedom from mediocrity, and how we go ahead and execute on that is our mission statement, which is through relentless virtuosity, right? And being relentless in everything that we do and doing it uncommonly well. Guys, we'll see you on the flip side. Have a good one.